President Trump getting tough with North Korea. Last week, he stood with military leaders, referred to the calm before the storm, but didn't go into detail. Over the weekend, the president tweeted another warning directed at North Korea. Here's the quote. Presidents and their administrations have been talking to North Korea for 25 years. Agreements made and massive amounts of money paid. Hasn't worked. Agreements violated before the ink was dry, making fools of negotiators. Sorry, but only one thing will work. General Jack Keane's with us. What does that mean? Only one thing will work. The military?
Well, certainly he wants people to think that. You know, the strategy that they have is, number one, denuclearize the entire North Korean peninsula completely. Go back to pre-2005. And the strategy is isolate North Korea, maximum pressure. And the first week of the Trump administration, Stuart, Secretary Mattis put the military option back on the table in his visit to the Far East. And every leader in the administration, the vice president, the president, and the entire national security team has been reinforcing that because they know full well the hand they're playing is economic sanctions. That's their main effort. But to strengthen that hand, people have got to know that they're serious about the military option. I don't think we would have got the 2 UN resolutions, unanimous votes against North Korea in terms of sanctions if China and Russia did not believe that President Trump is serious about a military option. And that is strengthening our diplomatic hand. So, yes, I think he's implying that. He wants people, he's reminding people, listen, don't force my hand. Don't give me only one alternative left. And because he clearly wants China to play a very strong hand here. And it looks like they're beginning to do that, which is good news.
That's interesting. It looks like he has convinced China and North Korea that, yes, he could just do this. I mean, you've got to convince them that he's serious. If the North Koreans think that, well, maybe he'll wimp out, as we have in the past, you don't have a policy. You've got no threat to back up your sanctions with. So are you saying that, yes, China and North Korea do indeed understand exactly what the president's saying?
I think China clearly does, and it began at Mar-a-Lago when, remember, President Xi was down there, and that's when Bashar al-Assad, used chemical weapons on his own people, and President Trump retaliated immediately. That night, he informed President Xi what he had done, and it was the next day, Stuart, when they were having their one-on-one discussions that President Xi told him, look, I'm going to try to help here. He clearly got his attention. He knew that right then that I have a different president here than President Obama. I got President Trump. He's used military action right before my eyes. He's threatening the use of it on the peninsula, right on my border, and he has been taking him serious ever since. I'm convinced of it.
Senator Bob Corker says that the president could set us on the path to World War III. There's a statement over the weekend from the senator. What do you say about that?
Well, they seem to be in a very public feud, the two of them, to say the least. I don't believe that for a minute. I think something that President Trump instinctively understands, and I do believe he's got good instincts. He hasn't been perfect in foreign policy and national security. Nobody is. But he also understands that you want to stay out of a fight, sometimes you got to be willing to get into one.
Got it.
And that's kind of what's going on here with President Trump. He doesn't want World War III. He doesn't want to use military weapons on that peninsula. But he wants to make sure that they understand, if necessary, he will.
Yeah. If you want to stay out of a fight, be prepared to get into it. Well said. General Jack Keane, thanks for joining us, sir. Always appreciated. Thank you.
Good talking to you, Stuart.
Yes, sir.